It's time for Talks. It's 8:30. This is Robert Bray, and I want to introduce Cherie Bronkar. I've been corrected on that, Bronkar. Cherie's the library director, undergraduate student government coordinator, and public relations. And I also want to do a little bit of a surprise. I want to send out a congratulations to Cherie. She is the regional library director, and she's been selected as one of Kent State University's 2020 Mothers, Mentors, and Muses. And Cherie's going to be recognized as being significantly instrumental in the lives of students and colleagues, and as someone who exemplifies the role of a mother, mentor, and or muse at the Kent State Women's Center annual scholarship fundraiser in April. So welcome, Cherie, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, one of the things that you really are involved in is, the public relations and all this kind of thing. What part of that is where you spend most of your time?
Well, that changes up on any given day. So I may start out doing more library work, and then someone comes in the door and they need some help with PR. They need somebody from student government. It also changes seasonally. So if we're working on a campaign, for instance, Parent Night coming up, that'll take up more of my time. Or in the fall, when the students are coming back onto campus, we have lots of student government activities. So it just depends on what time of year it is, which job I'm doing at any given time.
What program that you're doing is near and dear to your heart, and you know everything about, and it's so important to the university?
I believe that's the Makerspace, and the Makerspace is kind of my baby.
Well, Makerspace is maybe something new to some of the listeners out there. Can you explain a little bit what Makerspace is?
So the Makerspace was developed on our campus as a way to bring different equipment and different ideas to students that they can think about how they approach their work a little differently. We've also partnered with the Ohio Small Business Development so that they can be involved. So a student could come in, potentially have a project where they create a new product, and we could connect them with the people that could help them start to distribute that product.
So you're talking about inventions and things like that.
Sure. So entrepreneurship is something big within the Makerspace. But on any given time, we have things as simple as craft programs. So we offer lots of programs that are open to the public. So you can come in and learn about how to make T-shirts on our vinyl cutter. You can make wall art with that vinyl cutter. We have 7 3D printers that are set up in different ways where students can use those. We have virtual reality. We have several different things you can try out for virtual reality. We have a video studio. So as part of the video studio, what we've done there is create an easy way for students to come in and record themselves. So whether they're practicing for a speech class or they just want to make a video of themselves playing an instrument, they can come in and do that. And again, that's open to the community as well. So we do have a few people that come in from the community and make short videos for promotions for things that they're doing. In the video studio, we also have several guitars. We have a drum set. We have different things that people can try out. So what I've tried to do with the Makerspace is move the library from a repository for information to some place where you can create new information.
Well, the old days with the libraries used to be for books, and now for libraries to survive, they have to be able to help the community out and do all these different things. And now the Makerspace is not all high tech. It can be from low tech to high tech, whatever you want to do. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. We have things as simple as leather stamping, metal stamping tools. We have, like I said, we do craft programs. So Christmas time, we did a huge craft program where we invited the community in, and we just made some of the palette signs and different things that you see people being interested in. So there's so many different things you can do depending, on your level. You don't have to be all about technology. You just need to have a little bit of creativity that you want to do something with, and we provide all the different types of things you can do for that.
Now, the Makerspace, is that a national program that all the schools and things use? Are you tied together, or how's that work?
There are several. It started out as a Maker Initiative. So that's where Makerspace came from, is because of the Maker Initiative. And the Maker Initiative didn't necessarily have to do with technology. We kind of use that in ours. But as far as what you can do in a makerspace, the reason that they're makerspace is because you're making things. Okay. But there are some places that call them innovation labs. For instance, the community throughout Kent, and we're part of that at our regional campus, is design innovation. So that's a system of all the different maker places and innovation labs that are part of Kent. We're the only regional campus that is part of the Design Innovation Initiative.
Cherie, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, ask questions about the program, how do they get a hold of you?
You can. What I would really love is for you to just come in.
Oh, that works.
Yeah, you can come in, and the library is open from 8 to 9. Monday through Thursday, and 8 to 5 on Friday. Fridays are wonderful days to come in where we have more time to devote to you, especially if you're somebody from the public. We can sit down with you, show you how to use equipment, show you what we have. And Friday is a great day that we have open programs. If you go to our Facebook page, you're able to see what programs we have on any given. We run them on Mondays and on Fridays. And again, everyone's welcome. It's not just students of the campus. We welcome everybody to come in.
As you're driving up into the campus, where's the building located where the library's at, for those of us who haven't been up there?
It is you walk through Founders Hall and you go to your right.
Okay.
Pretty easy to find. You'll see.
All right. I'm sure somebody will help you out if
absolutely.
someone walks
Yes.
in there. Also, I know that you deal with life skills projects and things like that. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's something new we just started, the Life Skills 101, and that came from discussions with students where there were a lot of simple things that they're leaving the house for the first time, and it's stuff they've never had to worry about before. For instance, basic car maintenance. We're doing a special program where it's going to be apartment living 101. We found that students really don't know their rights as renters, so that's a big topic we want to cover. Also, just simple repairs. What to do if a light bulb breaks in the light socket. How do you get that out? Those aren't things you call a landlord for, but things you have to take care of yourself.
Right. I believe. Do you do something with finances too?
Yes.
For
we actually have people from Chase Bank who have been coming in and talking about how to save for your future, how to budget and plan your budgeting plan around kind of what you're spending on school. Most of our students do have jobs outside of school, so it's difficult for them to fit all that in and get a budget right for all of that. So Chase Bank is going to come in every other month and provide that information for everyone.
Yeah, it's interesting when going to school, college years and years ago. You come out and you think, how do I do this checkbook, or how do I, just like
right.
You said, the simple things. And I think that's an important program for young folks that are getting out for the first time.
Right, and now, the kids aren't using checkbooks.
Well, that's
so
true.
That's
I just aged myself by saying checkbooks for the most part.
Same, but yeah, I mean, there's lots of different apps that they use to budget and finance, and so we also have a web page where, as we do the different workshops, I'm going to be videoing those and adding them to the web page along with different information. For instance, on the budgeting one, we have information from Chase Bank, the presentation, and then I have different apps that they can use. For instance, Acorns is a really simple app people can use to save money. It just rounds up your dollars, and you save as you go. And if you start doing that at 18, you're going to have an incredible savings.
Cherie Bronkar from the Kent State University. She's the library director, undergraduate student government coordinator, and public relations. Public relations, when it comes to up there, do you deal with people coming in, or is it just tied to the library? Everybody kind of goes to the library, and you ended up taking over the public relations part.
Well, we kind of, and people do come, for instance, like in the library, not only do we have a PR person, so I have an assistant, Deb Elwood, who basically does everything, really.
Yeah, she's my contact with Kent State, so I know her.
She's wonderful. So in the library, we have a PR office, and we also have the athletics director, Rob Brinley. So we're kind of unusual to what it is. It's a space where everybody ends up coming. So I think that's how I ended up with PR.
Okay. Well, I do want to touch a little bit on the coming up Parents' Night coming up next Tuesday, because we won't have anybody on before that next time. But the Parents' Night's coming up this Tuesday from 6 to 7, and it's an opportunity for parents of students in middle high schools to join Kent State for an informative hour, and they can ask questions and all that kind of thing about colleges and what's expected and things like that. So, and they're going to how to register for ACT, all these things that the middle schoolers have to start getting ready for when they graduate. So I think that's an important program that's coming up. And if you need to get a hold of anybody, you can just go to Kent State. Was it Kent State? .edu would be able to get your /Tusk.
/Tusk, yeah. If you want our campus, you have to do the /Tusk.
Yeah, do the /Tusk, or you'll be going up to the main campus, and that's a different entity altogether. Right. So nice to have regional campuses where you can still learn the same college courses you can in a main campus, but you're learning them in a local level. So
right, and at Parent Night, you can talk to the people who are on our campus. Right. So you get to talk with student services who are local to our campus, which is going to be much more helpful.
What else is close and near and dear to your heart that's maybe not in Kent State, but some projects that you're working on?
I do have a project that I'm working on personally, which is a book that I have written to give away to domestic violence shelters. And it's a book for children just to help them know the process of what they're going through. So I will be working with our student government group to do a fundraiser on that. And that should be coming up in April. So I'll be getting some more information out about that.
Keep us posted. We'll make sure we get it out there. Cherie Bronkar from Kent State University, thanks for coming in today and enlighten us on some of the programs and stuff at Kent State.
Glad to be here.